Hey guys, I'm here bringing you a requested Nubatama deck profile. So we'll start off with grade 3s. First of all, we play 4 Evil Stealth Dragon Akatsuki Hanzo. He is your main unit of the deck as he allows you to utilize your tokens to your full advantage. Because his effect is, once per turn, you retire 2 grade 0 rear guards, he gains 20,000 until the end of turn, then you choose any number of rear guards and return them to the hand. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, your opponent chooses cards from the hand equals the number of his or her cards returned by this effect and discards them. This is really nice for the deck as it allows you to have field control elements. So if your opponent wants to keep the units that they bounce at the hand for next turn, they would have to discard units of potentially higher guard value instead, which allows, again, you just to have more pushing power as they would limit what they're guarding with. Moving on, we have the next grade 3, Shura Stealth Dragon Jamia Kongo. Another very nice card for this deck. His skill is, when he is placed on the Vanguard, or at the end of each turn, your opponent must discard down to 6 cards in his or her hand. But if you have a grade 3 in the soul, your opponent discards down to 4 instead of 6. This really helps with protect matchups, because usually you both have a large hand. This would force them to discard down to cards they want to keep either for next turn or to guard against you. It just really limits what they can do, and it allows your rear guards to do a bit more work by making them guard with whatever they chose to kept, or just taking the damage and pushing you closer to winning the game. The last grade 3 we play is Shura Stealth Dragon Fusion Kongo. This is a finisher in this deck. It gives you that last push that you normally need. His skill is, when it attacks, if your damage zone has 5 cards, you can Soul Blast a grade 3, you bind any number of cards from your drop zone, and then until the end of that battle, he gains 5,000 power for each card in your bind zone, and your opponent cannot guard the sentinels. So usually he can hit absurd numbers, and your opponent just cannot guard this because it's so massive. But the disadvantage to this is, if you attack your Vanguard first, you can obviously hit a heal and just heal out of this, and it'll be a vanilla swing, essentially. Going to grade 2s next, we play 4 Monetary Stealth Rogue Tsunamasa. He is your Soul Charge engine for this deck. His skill is, on place on rear guard, you choose one of your units, it gains 3,000 power, which is already pretty good. If that unit is a grade 3 you gave power to, you can Soul Charge 1. That's the main part. So you give 3,000 power to your Vanguard, which is normally a grade 3 by the time you call this, and you get a Soul Charge. So your Vanguard is already hitting past the force number, and you're having more fuel for your other units that you're using. His secondary skill is, at the end of battle it attacks, you can Soul Blast 1 and return it to the hand. This doesn't really come into use too much anymore, because you can bounce him off Akatsuki Hanzo's skill and use this on-core skill again to have another Soul Charge, and then you'll usually either leave this on the board or you bounce it with Megatsu Gale for next turn. Speaking of which, the next grade 2 we play is 4 Stealth Dragon Megatsu Gale. I like this card currently in the build because he just helps you cycle to your combo pieces and allows you to draw into them a lot more faster. So his skill is, on place or on ride, you Candle Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, you draw a card, and he gains 6,000 power. So that automatically lets him hit stuff without a boost, which is pretty decent, because decoy tokens don't normally have boost unless you draw into Zangetsu and use his skill as well. His second skill is really good in this deck currently, because it just lets you reuse on-core skills or protect your key units. And it's at the end of the battle where he attacks, you can move it into the soul, and you return one of your rear guards to your hand. So again, it's more fuel for the soul for your other cards to use as resources. So there's not really any reason not to run this right now. Moving on to the last grade 2 that we play is Evil Stealth Dragon Zangetsu. The main grade 2 of this deck, I would say. He has a Vanguard rearguard skill. You counterblast for 1, and you get to call an evil decoy token to rearguard. And then until the end of the turn, all your tokens on the field that already exist gain boost and 5,000 power. So it just lets you boost with your tokens, and you can hit stuff without having to draw into Magatsu Gales or other awkward stuff. His second skill is pretty decent, but it's not too important. But when he is attacked, you may change the attack target to one of your rearguard tokens, and if you do, you return this unit to your hand. So that obviously protects him from attacks and that, but it doesn't protect him from like retiring skills or binding skills if you're playing Narukami. Next up, we go to grade 1s. We play 3 Stealth Rogue of the Night, Sakura Fubuki. We play this for pretty much the same reason we play Magatsu Gale. It's just another piece to cycle into your combo pieces, but this also just lets you countercharge. So when it's placed, if you have 3 or more units, which you usually do because you have tokens that exist on the board, you can discard a card from your hand. You gain 3,000 power, and until the end of turn. And if there are 1 or less face-up cards in your damage zone, you can draw a card and countercharge 1. So again, you're just drawing in the combo pieces. This lets you countercharge after you use Zangetsu's skill or Magatsu Gale's skill a multiple amount of times, when you just don't have any resources left. So just a nice addition. Next grade 1 is Stealth Fiend Tataribui. His first skill it's alright. Not so important if you go first, but when it goes second, it's pretty good because it's on the Vanguard skill. When its attack hits, you draw a card. So it's just letting you draw faster, filter out your main units from your deck. And then his rearguard skill is the main reason I play this. During your turn, if you're a grade 0 rearguard, which your tokens are, it gains 5,000 power. So again, if you don't draw into Zangetsu, it just lets you hit without that boost, which is really nice. Because it hits 13,000, which is a force number. So you can hit against a force Vanguard unboosted, which is pretty important right now, I think, personally. Last grade 1 that we play is 4 Evil Stealth Dragon Kurogiri. The main token generator of the deck, but he's very cost heavy as it's Soul Blast 2, and you return it from rearguard to the hand, and you call up to 2 Evil Decoy tokens to rearguard. So obviously Soul Blast 2, heavy cost, but you play stuff like Magatsu Gale and Nubatama to compensate for that with their on-course skills and end of battle skills. So overall it's pretty much mitigated, but gotta be very careful not to use this too much, otherwise you'll just find yourself too short on soul to do anything else in the game. Last but not least, we go to grade 0s, which is triggers mostly. Play the standard 4 heals. Currently I'm playing around with 4 draws because there's just so much cycling going on in the deck. I don't feel you need any more draws, otherwise you might just deck out. And then play the 8 crits and your starter, and that's pretty much just the deck. Also, as a further note, we're currently struggling to find a suitable filming location right now for other videos, so there might be some delays in the possible future of this, when we release videos, but we'll try to get as much out as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.